Rebecca Collard is a journalist in northern Iraq and joins me now. And so, Rebecca, what are you hearing on the ground?
Well, Andrew, I was actually in this base today, this post where the sergeant and these other members were based, and I spoke with some of the Kurdish Iraqi soldiers there, and they were all very quick to blame the Canadian forces for this incident. They said that they actually went past a front line without informing the Peshmerga Iraqi Kurdish forces that were on that front line when they were later approached by Kurdish forces. That apparently they did respond in Arabic, which made the Kurdish forces suspicious. I just now spoke with the spokesperson for the Iraqi Kurdish forces here in northern Iraq. He told a similar story. He said that actually the Canadian forces went out to this front line using a back road, so they didn't actually cross through the Iraqi Kurdish checkpoint on their way out. They were afterwards spotted out of their vehicle. As they reapproached their vehicle, they were approached by Iraqi Kurdish forces who suspected them of being actually ISIS militants from the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. He said to me now that actually at that point reinforcements came in a Hummer, and it was only then as the Hummer approached the vehicle with the intent to fire on it further that one of the members of that team did recognize that they were in fact Canadians and not members of ISIS.
And so what happens from here?
Well, according to Kurdish sources, again, the body, as you said, has been flown out. We are assuming to Canada, but nobody's quite sure if there will be a stop somewhere else before that body is returned to Canada. And of course, there are the injured still in a hospital. Also, the Kurdish spokesman just told me that they are having their own investigation into what happened, because at this point, the Kurds are being very clear, both the soldiers I spoke to on the ground and the spokesperson for the Iraqi Kurdish forces, that they're blaming this on Canada, saying that the Canadians should not have gone past this front line without informing the local forces that were controlling this front line. So they're also doing their own investigation on top, of course, of the investigation, Andrew, that you were talking about, which will be initiated by the Canadians.
Rebecca, any sense of tension between the Canadians and the Kurdish forces as a result of this?
I would think that this will eventually be smoothed over. Of course, the alliance between the Kurdish forces and the Canadians has been quite strong. When I spoke to the spokesperson now, he did again thank Canadians for their contribution, said that their contribution to the training and observation mission here in northern Iraq was extremely valuable. However, I haven't spoke with anybody from the Canadian side. It's been very difficult to get anybody any Canadians here in Iraq or in our embassy in Jordan to speak on this matter. So we're not sure exactly how the Canadians are feeling about this, but the Iraqi Kurds are, of course, they're saying that it was the Canadians' responsibility, but also again thanking Canadians for their participation in this mission against ISIS.